Hello, Aries. Welcome to your week ahead for July 1st to July 7th, 2019. This is for all Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign placements. Aries, I already shuffled, laid out your spread. This is your reading, Aries. So, Aries, the overall energy in the week ahead for you, that is your theme, is you have keep your temper. Don't allow anger to rule you. Okay? Hmm. Somebody's passion has turned into anger. So, what's going on here, Aries? What's getting you riled up? So, what I'm seeing here is that, Aries, this feels like you may be feeling like you're being pushed, like somebody's pushing your buttons, or people are pushing your buttons, and you running out of patience. This may be due to you experiencing a lack of cooperation from others. And I say that because at the bottom of the deck, you do have the Three of Wands as the overall energy and focus. And this is you trying to implement something, working together with others and with the Three of Wands. Because perhaps timing is significant here, or timing is important. Things have to be done in on time or in time, or you're running out of time and you need something to come together, maybe come together quick, or you just need it done and you need to be able to see your plan move forward so you can see your ships come in, and you want things to work out. You need things to work out, and underneath that there is the Ten of Wands. um, you may be burdened by time constraints, or burdened by what needs to be worked out and come together with, that needs the cooperation of you and others to make it happen. And you may be struggling with that because with the Four of Cups here, you are not happy with what the hell you see taking place. Aries, you're not happy with who you are working with right now or dealing with, because they are I'm hearing they are disappointing you. They are disappointing you. And you up in arms with this Five of Swords where you about to just try to come out of corner pocket because of it. And so you might need to think better of it before you do anything, because you want to be able to, you don't know who's watching, who might be paying attention. You might be someone who is in authority here, and you need to keep your composure here, Aries. But what I'm seeing here is you may be dealing with people who are behaving rather evasive with you, where you may not be able to, you're not getting what you want out of them one way or another, whether they're choosing to, or this is just how they work and do things. This is becoming a bothersome circumstance for you, and you've been trying to keep your cool. You're trying to keep your cool, and there is a need for you to keep your cool. There's a need for you to hold and keep your temper in check. And of course, the reason why is you'll go far and much further when you're able to reserve um, that that anger, that power that you're wielding, that is creating static for you within. And because it's not a good time, it's just not going to work. It's not a good time for you to come out of corner pocket, because one, you may be too upset where um, you could be out of control. And there's a need for you to have control, to have poise, to have discipline, to have self-control, to balance your feelings and emotions, even though you may be dealing with challenges, because the goal here is you still need progress in this situation that you're dealing with here, Aries. So I was I feel you, Aries. It's real out here, right? um And don't get me wrong, even though you're upset, you need to hold on to that. This won't be the right time here. Now, it doesn't mean that you know you don't have a right to be angry. Okay, there's nothing wrong with being upset. There's nothing wrong with that. When something is upsetting, but you may need to be you may need to consider that who you're working with, because it's easy to know what you want and know how you'll do it, but when it comes into play dealing with others, you got to remember they're not you. So no matter what your vision or how you work, they are not you. So unless you clone yourself, you are at the mercy of who you're working with at this time and the way that they work, and you're not happy with the way that they do things, and it's because they might be doing things differently, and so there may be a need to acknowledge that as well as your irritation here, but acknowledge your irritation quietly, silently, Aries. um, because what's more important here is for you to still maintain a communication, because who you have to work with here is that's what it is. So you need to be able to still have a dialogue, have a communication, have progress, because being angry right now and responding to that anger is not going to serve any purpose. It's not going to allow you to have that progress and have things work out and come together, even if what's being done isn't precisely the way you envision. So this is about you needing to lay that burden down of being so upset by what you are um, looking at or dealing with here. So what's around this keep your temper is you do have the Tower and you have the Stars. And underneath the Stars is you do have the Garden. Okay? And so underneath that you got the Snake. And underneath that there's a woman. And wait a minute, there's more. There's also a man. So Aries, what I'm seeing here is with the Tower that came out here with the Stars. I don't know, did I show you this? With the Tower. Um, this is you needing to perhaps isolate yourself for the moment so that you don't go off with this Tower. But you also may be a person that is in a hierarchy, or you may be dealing with others who are in a hierarchy, and there needs to be a respect there. A professionalism needs to happen here despite what's going on. And there's a need for you to follow the rules or stick to the plan, I'm hearing. Even though the plan is not as flawless as you'd like to see, just stick to the plan as much as possible. Stay committed to the commitment, to the objective. With the Stars here, okay, I feel that this is you um, being hopeful, or needing to be hopeful, needing to remain inspired, but also to continue to be of guidance to who you're working with, but also to guide yourself towards um, keeping your temper intact, and not unleashing on who's poking the dragon here for you, Aries. So you have the Garden. So with the Garden here, that's underneath all of this, of the Tower and the Stars, you are dealing in a small group. Okay, you are, whatever this is definitely a group effort, definitely a three-party situation. And what you got going here is the snake. And with the snake here, Aries, this is you feeling like you going through a lot of complications. You could even feel like there's some deceit and lies and betrayal, maybe even jealousy and envy, like as if it feels like somebody's out to sabotage you. Oh, my sage is. Oh, we must need a lot of that, Aries, with all that anger. Sage is going off here. Love it. Let's keep it clean. And so you dealing with a woman and a man. You are dealing with a woman and a man. Okay. In this group setting, you're dealing with a woman and a man, and these two have got you in your feelings. Aries, they have got you in your feelings. Now it's possible, no, this is you dealing with a woman and a man in this situation. Definitely, definitely. Okay. Um, if not, you're dealing with at least one other person, and that other person is either a woman or a man. But definitely, there's a group effort involved, more than just you. And so, your overall energy and focus, Aries, is you got this King of Cups and the King of Wands. Take a look at that. This is water and fire, and water and fire don't mix too good. It don't mix too good, okay? That creates a lot of steam, a lot of anger. So you are upset because you know you have this master plan, desire, you have an objective, you have a vision that you want realized, that you're trying to create, that you're trying to achieve. There's something you're trying to achieve here that requires the cooperation of others, or you needing to work with others. And you are having issues about what it is that you're trying to achieve, and it's getting you in your feelings. You're really trying to keep some emotional maturity here. But with this King of Cups, you having trouble being accountable to your emotions and having emotional responsibility with you being mature, remaining grounded, and being accountable here. Even though what you're experiencing, you may be well within your right to be angry, but there's a need for you to be mature, okay? Because you got these two kings here, and the kings are the masters. Um, they're the master in their element. So there's a need for you to master your emotions. There's even a need for you to master your behavior, your attitude, and your actions here, Aries. But the reason why this is happening is because you got the Eight of Swords and the Ace of Swords, okay? You are in your mind about all of this. You are feeling trapped in your mind. This is your own self-imposed prison. Now, it doesn't mean that there aren't any complications that you're feeling snagged and hemmed up by what you're dealing with. And it doesn't mean that you aren't experiencing some constraints or restrictions or limitations, but you definitely are feeling limited here. You are feeling limited here by your capacity or power to realize and achieve your aims the way you intend. And with this Ace of Swords here, you just want to cut up. But see, with this Ace of Swords, and this is a double-edged sword, you trying to cut up, you're going to get cut up right back in some way where it's not going to serve you. You may find yourself creating an even bigger problem for yourself here. So there's a need for you to, because you see all this fire here, all this fire. Um, this is making me think about the sacral chakra, that orangey, because this is you and your feelings. Your feelings are aflame, okay? You are stressing. You are stressing here, and that's no good. There's a need for you to get this under control. But I get it. You're upset. You're upset. But that's not serving you, because you're putting yourself in your own self-imposed prison where you want to see your way out in a situation, or you may be stuck in a rock and a hard place along with these blades and swords. And there's a need for you to stand down. Stand down. Keep your temper. um it may even be because she's all bloody here. If you take a look, who you're working with might be, this is the kind of work they're doing, that it looks like this. And you like, what the, and you gotta cool. You gotta keep it cool, because you know what, you had a whole nother vision, um and it didn't look like this, but this is the lot that you got. And this is the time for you to make the best of it. It's not the time to be calling anybody out and doing the clap back. That's because then um, you really won't see any progress, okay, with what you're trying to do. And it feels like it's something that needs to be done in a certain amount of time, okay, in order for you to see your ships come in, or for that progress to take place. So what's coming towards you that is your challenge, that is also your warning, Aries, is you do have the Wheel of Fortune and the Star. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius, or have this energy in your chart. And Aries, you're definitely showing up here as well. But with the Wheel of Fortune here and the Star, Aries, your challenge here is to focus on positive shifts and changes. Um, your focus here is to not make any sudden moves, to not be pessimistic, um, for you to focus on seizing the opportunity, or making the best out of the situation. This is about you not needing to take any chances and do nothing unexpected. This will bring resistance to your progress with this wheel, because the wheel is turning. You may not like how it's turning, but it is turning in your favor. It is working for you. You just don't like who's working with that wheel. And so you don't want to mess that up, okay? Um so continue to have that progress, that shift, that productivity with the wheel, and don't go changing things up because you know you're not happy, or you are perhaps even dealing with some resistance, or you are in a place of resistance because you're not happy with what the heck is happening. And so with the Star here, this is about you needing to heal. This is you needing to maintain hope, that even though you're not seeing your vision the way you would like, what's being worked on and who you're having to work with, but this is you needing to maintain hope, and to use wisdom and enlightenment and be empowered here. This is about you needing to move away from any disappointment. This is about you avoiding missed opportunity, or creating a situation where an opportunity is missed. This is about you needing to move away from thinking or perceiving the situation as shattered hopes. Um, don't start entertaining a deceiving mindset. Um, but there's also a need for you to not lack sensitivity in the situation, and to keep your confidence, to maintain harmony and optimism here, okay? Especially with others. And this is about you needing to remain calm. Remain calm here, Aries. And these are your challenges. Will you do it? Well, let's see. How you respond to this is you do have the Page of Cups with Judgment. So we don't know. You have the ability to heal with this Page of Cups, but as you can see, she's holding this bottle, right? And so this is about, will you drink it to allow yourself to heal, or will you not and just stand there and let what's happening fester within you? Some of you will focus on healing the situation and getting back to your heart center here, and sensing and knowing that you being angry is just you losing control, and then you lose. The moment you lose your cool, you lose. So this is you, um, with this Page of Cups energy. This is a young energy, so there is the concern about whether or not you are going to either focus on healing, or if you're going to um, behave immaturely, um, behave poorly, um, or you have a judgment. The bottom line is you have a judgment call to make here. You have a judgment call to make here, and the decision here is to be or not to be angry, to be or not to be asked out as a result of if you choose anger, and still seeing progress if you don't. So your outcome here, Aries, is you do have the Chariot with the Nine of Swords. So with the Chariot and the Nine of Swords, the Chariot is about you in the face of obstacles and challenges, choosing to tap into that warrior spirit that is focusing on making the use of your will and determination, and guiding it along with your intelligence, with the determination to still have movement towards your goals and accomplish your goals through overcoming those obstacles and focusing and having progress. And to do that, there's a need for you to be prudent, to be more patient, to not be arrogant, to not lose your cool, um, and for you to focus on moving forward, having progress, okay? And keeping your emotions under control and your actions and behavior. And with this Nine of Swords here, you'll be stressing, okay? You'll be having your worries and your fears and your doubts here. But, the thing is, with the Nine of Swords, it's mental energy. The progress that you want is the question here. And even though things aren't being done exactly as you want, the the question to ask yourself is it getting done though? Is it getting done? Um, you could very well be a perfectionist, Aries, and who you are working with isn't, or what they do for their job in this, they feel they've perfected. And so you're just not seeing eye to eye from your end on what they call perfection opposed to what you call perfection. So this is where you need to think about and choose to not keep ruminating about this and having all this negative stinking thinking, and release it and let it go. Because with this energy, even though your anger is real, um, what you are choosing to be fueled with for anger may only just be based on your perception, and not a real reason to be, I don't want to say a real reason to be angry, but it's based more on your perception over the reality of the progress of the project or what needs to be done, because I feel like you are, what needs to be done is getting done, and you just may need to um, be more flexible, that people are different and going to do things different. And so let's take a look at what your outcome is. I mean, sorry, what your guidance is, because that's a lot of intense energy, and I really feel that. And wow, really rein that in, Aries. Okay, you got to get grounded. You got to get grounded. All right. Um, and there's a need for you to not look at this negatively, and try to do what you can to worry less and quiet your mind. Quiet your mind. So your guidance here is you do have, oh, imagination, conjure, dreams, and create. Conjure, dreams, and create. So I feel with this energy here as your, well, with this as your guidance, Aries, this is the time where you may need to take a closer look at your goals and your process. There may be a need for you to clarify your own process here, okay? Um, and look at what else can happen instead that can help your vision and make it become real, or make it come into form, or be as close to what it is that you want to see realized here. Um, so there's a need for you to make space to focus on your desires, and perhaps think more of, like, at least what's one thing that you can do towards your goal being realized that is productive and not destructive. You also have counsel, group meeting advisors. Okay? So there's a need for you to be able to counsel yourself within this situation that you're dealing with others. Um, you may need to have a group meeting, but a group meeting, la la la, a group meeting where you can have more progress and productivity. This is not about you telling people what they're not doing right, but this is about looking at what else can be done without you, and maintaining open communication and progress without you clashing with others, trying to have this meeting and counsel for what you want to see happen. Find a way to still inspire the situation even though you don't feel so hot about it. Also, with counsel, you may need to get more insight. More insight here may be needed. You may need more information. You may need advice, and so there may be a need for you to turn to someone who has experience and or is professional, that you can speak to, that can offer you some guidance, to help you have more knowledge and wisdom in the situation that you're dealing with, so that you can approach it in the best possible way. But be mindful that you want to try to get your guidance, if you choose to do this, from someone that you can trust, that will have the best intentions in mind for the situation overall. And but at the end of the day, just know that even though you may seek the advice, you pick and choose out of that information what's useful in a productive, positive way for you, and what is not, and what isn't, just chuck it, let it go. Um, but then, just be mindful that whatever you feel you need counsel on, be clear on what it is you feel you need to know right now to help you have the improvement or changes that you want to see happen. Now, you also have Guinevere, Goddess Guinevere, true love, the romantic stirring in your heart. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. I feel like this is more about you being very, very, very passionate about what you are trying to achieve here, Aries. And there's a need for you to be mindful here that in your passions and endeavors to get what you want and to have your vision realized and met, this is not the time for you. It's like, do not command or force others right now. This is not the time. Okay, even though this is your passion, even if you were to say um, to who you're dealing with from that standpoint, look, this is my passion, my vision, and then you want to command and force, that's not going to go well for you. That's just not going to work. That's just you starting to fuel your temper because you're not going to get the receptivity that you think you will. And so there's a need for you to, perhaps, as it has to do with your passion, not get rid of it, but there's a need for you, or give up on it, but there's a need for you to keep your hopes and expectations simple. Okay? Keep your hopes and expectations simple, and that should be of help to you. So perhaps instead of um, asking for the whole rose garden, just ask for one rose, and you might find you end up getting the whole kingdom instead. That just might work. But this is about you needing to focus on getting your needs met, and you finding a way to do that is loving, or is you operating from a place of love. I hope these messages help. Please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching. Bye.